Hi everyone. In previous two tutorials, we have talked about what Conway's game of life is and how we can use functions to create 3 rules by ourselves in MakeCode Arcade. In the third tutorial, we're going to try to count how many neighbors each cell has. In that way, we can apply this to our 3 rules. So on this skill map, we have finished the previous 2 steps. Now we're on the third one. You can click on the third one and you can do start. For me, I have finished, so I'm going to click view code. And here on the left side, it will give you the introduction about different patterns, which this one is still live patterns. That means it won't change. Oscillator pattern, and it kind of could spin. And the next one, which is spaceship patterns. I'm going to take you back on this whiteboard where we count how many neighbors each cell has. By knowing that each cell has 8 neighbors, it will be so much easier to help us how to count it. By starting this, I'm going back to MakeCode Arcade. I am going to click function and I'm gonna create a new function called count alive neighbors. I'm going to add 2 values. Click on the numbers and rename it called count alive neighbors, and the value 1 is gonna be column, the other one is gonna be row. There we go. Now I have my new function, and I'm gonna go to create a variable called count, which I have already created. So I'm going to drag set, choose count. I'm gonna start at 0. That means each cell I will ask this function to count how many neighbors does this cell has. And now I'm going to go to logic, if, and go to live and choose if alive. Let's start with north. If we start like this, let's start with north 1, 2, 3, 4. And if north column, the row and the column. And then if this cell has 1 neighbor in the north, which on the top of the cell, then we will count as 1. So we're going to change the count by 1. And this is going to be exactly the same for the other 3. After this, don't forget that we have the other neighbors in the corners, so we also have to finish it. So I'm gonna start by northeast. So now I have finished northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. After this, we need to return this result back to this function. So what we can do, we can go to function, choose return. As we're counting on the numbers of the neighbors, so we're going to go to the variable, choose count, and put it here. Now we have one more thing we need to do, because right now our neighbor, which is 0, but actually during the function of count alive neighbors, we were trying to count how many neighbors we have. So in this way, we need to go to function and call count alive neighbors. Then we're going to choose the current column as well as 0. Now let's give it a try, see how it goes. From here, you can tell if I click A, it will start. And I am going to let it stop. If I go back to the initial state here, if I draw any other different initial patterns, and let's restart it, you can see it changes. So congratulations, you have finished this game, which is relatively complex concept. Well, we did use an easy way to make it, and I hope you enjoy it. Bye!